Communication breakdown. So, what is DD or digital divide? We know that this issue is not that familiar to most people. It is something that people take lightly. People think that it is not important, but we are here to show you guys how much of a big deal this issue is. DD or digital divide is the absence or lack of access from technology from less fortunate people such as the poor, illiterate, and etc. Every day, this number is growing bigger and bigger in our country. In the paper written by UP professors Raul Fabella and Emmanuel de Jos, they wanted to measure the so-called digital divide in the country or the differences in how Filipinos utilize ICTs. What were they able to find? Technology is present in the urban cities such as Metro Manila, but is absent in rural provinces. 90% of educated and fortunate people own cellular phones. 40% own computers. On the other hand, only 3% of illiterate and less fortunate people own cell phones, and practically no household owns a computer. As you can see, the gap between the rich and poor is really big. In our country, a big number is really affected by digital divide. We lack computers and we lack access. What do we want to do? What can we do? What should we do? These are some of the questions that can run through our heads. So, the answer to these is simple. Bridge the gap! Bridge the gap of the rich from the poor. Bridge the gap from the literate and illiterate. Bridge the gap so that together we can all be equal. And we can start this through technology. So now, we ask ourselves, what do we want to happen? What does bridging the gap mean? Basically, we want each person in this country to have equal access to technology, whether they are rich or poor. We want each person in this country to be treated as equals so that together we can all rise from poverty. So, what we basically want is for all of us to be educated and aware of this issue that is happening around us. Because if we are all aware of what is happening around us, we can find ways to solve these problems. And all of us are and will be capable of doing so. As one country, we can do something. We can make the difference. We can bridge the gap. And we can shape the future. Here's a little quote from the founder of the Digital Divide Institute, Craig Warren Smith. The role of digital technology is not to connect people, as marketers claim. Humans are already connected. They always have been connected. The role of meaningful technology is to help them realize this fact. By the end of our advocacy, let's hope that all of us will be familiar with all we'll be seeing in this next video.